Today's another day that I realized I have not vlogged, so I apologize about that, but I'm working and once again, things are confusing.
Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging.
So I had been told before by someone that like, if there are posts left on the pipe, but you want to like take a break from one and like jump down and do another one, like it was okay to do them out of order. And so I just checked because they assigned me so much today that yeah, sure, not all 8 of them were posts, but a lot of them were updates that like one of the updates was adding like 7 new pairs of ears to a post, which is basically going to take the equivalent amount of time as 30 to 45 minutes. And then another post that I'm given is one for 10 items of a merchandise post, which takes an hour. And then there's, I'm confused. I don't understand. So now I'm going to be working an hour to an hour and a half overtime because now I've been told, no, what's on the pipe is what's most important. Because I had been saying, okay, well, what if I did the other 2, what if I did the 2 update posts that are below that last post, because I know like those can be done without me needing to go like totally overtime. And it was like, no, like it's better to do like hierarchy on the post or on the pipe. Which is it? Which is it? Why do I get different answers from different people? Like, the most frustrating thing. And like now this whole freaking thing of like, oh, well, it doesn't matter what's on the post, 8, you know, your goal is 8 regardless, is crap. Like, that makes no sense. That makes literally no sense whatsoever. And, like, God, it's frustrating. Because here's the thing, is, like, I personally, myself, I have such a hard time, like, when they're, like, work and life balance. I have such a hard time with that. Because if I have stuff that's left on the pipeline and someone is like, you know, I feel like I'm letting someone down if I don't get everything done, even if that means I'm working an hour and a half over. And honestly, I'm signed on to work for 4 hours. That's what I'm signed on to do. My goal for the day should match with about those 4 hours, give or take, you know, 15, 30 minutes sometimes. And that's not how it is. Like, I don't know why I don't know what people's goals are for like who work the whole day. Because if it's not 16 posts, if it's less than 16 posts, it makes 0 sense why mine is 8. And why updates don't count as posts. Okay. I finished work. I ended up going an hour and 15 over. And I did not do one of the posts, but I did do the 2 updates that I had. Because I was told that that was okay. Yeah. So I have to admit, I'm going to be saying this a lot for this week and next week, a lot, because of filming. I am so nervous with this COVID surge. I am terrified. I will say I'm very glad that I live, that I don't have like housemates now that I would infect if I were to get it, because that is another big thing, is like I would feel absolutely awful if I did get it and passed it to anyone. But yeah, I think I've decided I'm going in for a COVID test, a PCR COVID test tomorrow morning, because I currently have a taste test scheduled for Wednesday. And I want to make sure that I'm good. Honestly, even like going to the taste test is like, I don't know. I'm seeing like, I just saw a TikTok that was talking about, you know, how transmissible BA5 is and how it's like the worst version of the, you know, like transmissibility wise, like the worst that we've seen so far. And someone was like, you can literally get it from like walking by someone outside. And I'm like, that, I don't know what information backs that up, but like just the idea of that is absolutely terrifying to me. I just, it's just, I really cannot express enough how freaking exhausting it is living in this type of world for the past, like, however many years now. It's exhausting and it's terrifying and it's just so draining. And it is so obnoxious to see people who don't care and who have never cared. And like, meanwhile, I'm here living in panic that I can't help. You know, when all of this started and it was like, oh, you're living in fear. People are living in fear. I can't help it. I cannot help the fact that I live in fear. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. And yet, I cannot help the fact that I'm a germaphobe. I can't help the fact that I have always been one. Those 4 years of therapy that I did doesn't take that away. I'm so tired of being scared to do so many things. I just, like, I don't see an end. Like, they had said that we were getting into an endemic stage, and now I'm like, are we? Are we doing that? Is that what's happening or not anymore? Like, I'm so glad that I work from home most of the time, because, like, as much as a homebody as I am, though, like, I still like to go out and, like, go to an estate sale or go to a book sale and, like, or even go to one of the taste tests that I literally get paid for doing. And it's so beyond terrifying to, like, I don't know. And I wish, I don't want anyone else to feel that way, but I wish sometimes that I could pass that fear on to someone who doesn't understand it. Just for a... So I finished with work. I ended up working like an hour and 15 minutes over. I've also decided I'm going to go get a COVID test tomorrow morning, a PCR COVID test, just because I currently have a taste test scheduled for Wednesday, and I would want to make sure that I would not be, you know, sick for that at all. By the way, I'm doing it to my nose, not because it's running. It's a nervous habit at the moment. So, yeah, I was talking to my mom on the phone about everything going on with COVID right now, and it's just, it's terrifying, and it has always been terrifying, but, like, I am so sick and tired of being so scared, but I can't help it. I can't do anything to make my fear of it stop, you know. And I'm so grateful to be filming, and I love the project so much, but I also can't. I am so terrified that I am going to get sick from it, and I just it's just, I would never want anyone to feel the level of panic or anything that I do, because it's not fun. But there are just some times that I wish I could pass it on just for a minute, just for some people to understand what it feels like to be scared, but be scared and not be able to help it. You know, it's not a decision I'm making that I want to be scared. I am, and I'm I should say anxious more. Scared and anxious, and I don't have a choice for either one. And it's such a tiring feeling. I mean, I honestly, I guess a part of me is I really can't remember what things were like before this, but I think that's because I've always been a germaphobe, and I've always been concerned, especially when it comes to like flu and cold season and fall and winter and stuff. Like I've always been concerned about that, especially in school when you're around so many people. Like I've always been concerned about that. So maybe that's a part of the reason why I'm like, I just feel like it's heightened and now it's all the time for me rather than, but like I don't know. It's just, it's a tiring feeling and it's exhausting and I hate it, but I can't do anything about it. And I can only just try to be as careful as I can. I haven't gotten any messages or anything from Set or anything. I mean, granted, it's only Monday, but I haven't thankfully gotten any messages from anyone saying anyone's tested positive, but I know that this week and next week are going to be rough. Anxiety-wise, Set is going to be awesome because I had so much fun. I only have really like 4 scenes left to film. Some of the scenes on Sunday are like broken up, but we'll film them all together. So, and the ones on the ones on Friday are outside. So that's nice. But I don't know. This first weekend, it's already happened. There's nothing I can do about it now. I just have to hope that I took the right precautions and that everyone there was not feeling sick or anything. And just, anyway, I'm going to bed. Tomorrow morning I have an audition I need to shoot, a commercial audition I need to shoot first thing tomorrow morning. So I will do that. Anyway, yes. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. On social medias in the description. Love you all.